Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. I hope you're all excited to get started. First off, I'd love to know where everyone is calling in from. We are a global community and it would be great to see who is being represented here today. I know that this launch is quite late for some people in some parts of the world, so it's fully understandable if they're not here with us live. But we are here today to launch the Ethena Hackathon and for our introduction to Ethena. So if we're all ready, we can get started. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Rebecca. I'm the program manager for this hackathon, which means I'll be in contact with you all throughout the hackathon for support. And if you have any questions or concerns, then please let me know. My job is to make sure that you have a smooth and successful hackathon, and I will do anything that I can to help you. So, a little bit about Encode Club. If you don't already know, we're a global community of developers, professionals, and students in emerging tech. We run educational programs aimed at helping you to upskill and progress your career in emerging tech. This comes in the form of educates, boot camps, of course, hackathons and accelerators, which run on from hackathons, and also some recruitment. But the important thing is we're here today to launch the Ethena Hackathon, which is a 4-week online hackathon focused on building applications with Ethena's synthetic dollar, both in DeFi, but importantly beyond DeFi too. So this is very exciting, and you'll learn more about Ethena and USDE in the workshop that we have today and also the rest of the workshops this week. First off, I would like to invite Omji Park, who is the head of research and operations at Encode Club, to give us what I'm sure is going to be inspiring pep talk.
Hey, good to see you, everyone. First, very welcome to Encode Hackathon over the next 4 weeks. As Rebecca said, you're going to have a great opportunity learning new things and build something. So this is your opportunity to shape future of internet money, as you saw on our website and beyond. So this time, please try to build something out of box. So not only DeFi, we want to see if there's anything you want to hook and build something new, and your boldest idea surprise us with all the application you haven't even imagined yet. Of course, this hackathon is not just about the coding. This is something you can experience proper product cycle, think about some idea, learning some new tech stack, building something. You may pivot throughout 4 weeks, and then you will be asking mentors, bother us, and then you will come to the conclusion that maybe some feature cannot be shipped within the timeline, and then you need to compromise and building something. So whole this journey you're experiencing, and the concept of submission is something very important. I must hint that this is going to be opening up new opportunities, followed by accelerator afterwards, so that if you want to continue building your new things, there'll be a bunch of opportunity coming up. So please stay tuned and continue building. Don't hesitate to ask questions, seek guidance, reach out. We have amazing lineup of mentors around. Today you're going to meet several of them coming to the stage, introducing their project and bounty. Bother us with your ideas, roadblocks, just to brainstorm. And for sure, a bunch of Encode team, Rebecca, me, myself as well, going to DEF CON. So if you're around there in person, please contact us. We have amazing co-working space. You can drop by and talk to us. Ethena team going to be around, a bunch of other partners and mentors. So make sure to utilize it. I can see Seraphim is already in Bounties. So if someone is already there. Otherwise, everyone, we are very, very looking forward to see your projects coming along, and we're going to have amazing time together. One last thing I'd love to share to our community is, please, this is our code of conduct. Please respect all attendees, all Encode member, judges, mentors, so any community members with respect, how you want to be treated, please treat them as such. No harassment. We will not tolerate any harassment in any form. And if you do so, you will be banned from community. You cannot attend any program. You will be disqualified from hackathon immediately. No cheating, plagiarism. It sounds maybe, of course, but it sometimes comes to the question if you're working on certain project work, even your own work, make sure to give a right credit to previous work. And if you are in doubt, please ask to us. Anything is violating those rules may give a consequence to you, either just disqualified from that program or completely banned from the community, so that you will not have any more free education opportunity or any other bits. So please be careful. And if you're not sure, please let us know. We are very, very happy to explain. Let's create a positive, supportive education experience for everyone. This is going to be a great opportunity for many of you. Once you will look back and 2 years later, you're going to say that, oh, my startup story all started back then, how I met my founder. So have fun, everyone. We will catch up later.
Thank you, Omji. Yes, the code of conduct is really important. We want you to have a positive and productive hackathon, and we don't want anything to go wrong. So please do keep these things in mind, because you do agree to them when you sign up for an Encode Club hackathon. And it's in your best interest to follow these rules. So please keep this in mind. Moving on now, we're going to have some of our bounty sponsors come up on stage and introduce their companies and tell us a bit more about their bounties. So of course we have our main sponsor, Ethena, who is going to come up first. And we also have a LayerZero and Goldsky bounty. So we're going to have representatives from them as well. But first, we're going to invite Guy to the stage to introduce Ethena. Guy is the founder of Ethena, so it's really exciting that he's joining us. Hi, Guy.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining us. Please introduce Ethena and tell us a bit more about your bounties.
Yeah, sure thing. So Ethena was founded around 1.5 years ago from today. The actual original inspiration, I guess, behind the idea came from an article that Arthur Hayes put out in around March of 2023. And if anyone hasn't read that piece, the very sort of quick summary there was him basically articulating what he saw as one of the biggest opportunities within the space, which was to create our own form of money within crypto. And the way that he sort of saw the best route to actually getting there was this idea of a synthetic dollar, where you're taking in crypto collateral and then hedging out the price exposure for that collateral with derivatives, where you can then issue a dollar on the other side. So that was the original inspiration, and myself and the team sort of picked up on that idea and brought it to market at the beginning of this year. We launched in around February, March of this year, and had a reasonably quick growth out of the gate. So Ethena was the quickest protocol to ever reach around $3 billion in supply for a dollar issuing protocol. And had a bunch of sort of integrations through DeFi, whether that's with apps like you guys know, with Aave, MakerDAO, Morpho, Pendle, all those different places. But then one of the interesting things about what we're trying to do is actually take the concept and the product that we have and actually bring it into both CeFi and TradFi as well, beyond DeFi. So that was the original sort of product idea. I think the story of Athena's had a bit of an evolution since then, where we really wanted to try and move Ethena from just being a single product, single sort of asset issuer to something that looks a bit more like a platform where other people can come and build on and bring new ideas to market. So I think the quick story on this is we sort of see dollars as the thing that is actually the lifeblood of all of these different applications. So if we look in money markets, in DEXs, perpetual swap protocols, all those different things, they all run on dollars. And to the extent that you can actually insert a dollar which has an interesting return profile, which is what you see with sUSDe, it really unlocks a bunch of new different things that you can be doing, which you can do to date. So I think a few different examples here that come to mind. Very simple one, you could think of prediction markets. At the moment, all the collateral that you're using there isn't sort of generating a yield while people are making those bets. That obviously has a big impact in terms of the returns that people are expecting when they're betting on these markets. And embedding some form of sort of native yield within the platform, we think is an interesting step to take that forward. I think there's other things like perpetual exchanges, where Ethena is obviously plugged into quite a few of the exchanges within the space at the moment. And to the extent that we can, support and help grow new exchanges that come to market, while they're sort of built on USDe across the order books, having USDe within all of the trading pairs and stuff like that, it's just a very natural sort of symbiotic relationship. So what we're trying to do here is actually find new app developers, find people with interesting ideas where we can actually really just support and help you go from that 0 to 1 moment that we had at the beginning of this year. And the idea is that we sort of do that together with Ethena, where to the extent that we can be helpful in supporting you on that journey, it would obviously be great for us to sort of have that built on Ethena and with USDe. So that's the very basic idea of what we're trying to do here. And then, yeah, I guess just in terms of the overall structure of how we're sort of doing things, we're splitting into different categories. We've got the best overall application, and I guess you guys can see that there's a different tiering in terms of the reward. So first place gets $10,000, and that sort of scales down to $1,000 each for the runners-up that come outside of that. And this is just for any application idea. So it's a pretty broad sort of category that you guys could fit into. There's another one where you can sort of think about the rewards that are coming off USDe, and if there's any interesting protocols that you can actually build on that sort of stream of interest. And again, that there's sort of 5 $2,000 rewards that come with that. And then don't want to just fully focus on DeFi. So it's obviously an area that we have quite a bit of focus on. And naturally, when you're building financial products, it probably looks like a DeFi app in terms of where we can integrate. But I think that there's a bunch of different ideas, whether it's mobile games on Ton, whether it's apps that you might not see like in a traditional DeFi sort of setup on Ethereum. There's also a prize pool here for 2 $1,500 prizes for those type of apps.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Guy, for telling us a bit about how Ethena started and explaining your bounties a bit more. Is there any sort of words of wisdom that you want to share with the hackers before I take you backstage again and we move on?
Yeah, I'm not sure I have that many words of wisdom. I think, I guess, yeah, we're in your position maybe like a year and a half ago. All I can say is that you can get a lot more done in like a year and a half than I think you can sort of expect. And yeah, generally, I think the market sort of rewards people who are trying new and interesting things in really good ways if you can do something that's genuinely innovative. So I think that's just one thing that we kept in mind, which was try not to just copy what's out there or small iterations, try and actually think about something that's fundamentally new and interesting. And I think if you do crack one of those things, the market tends to reward you pretty well.
Thank you. I'd say those are very wise words. So now we're going to hear from Matt Crack, who is a DevRel at LayerZero Labs. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Jam, everybody. Happy to be here.
Could you tell us a bit about LayerZero before we move on to explaining your bounty?
Sure. As a quick intro, like Rebecca was saying, my name's Matt. I'm a developer relations engineer at LayerZero Labs. A little bit about LayerZero Labs. We were founded back in 2022. We are primarily an omni-chain messaging protocol. What that means is that we enable any application on any blockchain to send any blockchain-specific data to another network. So in the case of Ethena, we power USDe, sUSDe, and ENA to be natively cross-chain assets. LayerZero does this via several contract standards that we promote and offer to the ecosystem, namely, for Ethena's use case, the Omni-Chain Fungible Token Standard, or OFT, and built on top of that, the Omni-Chain Application, or OAP. And so for us today, we're really excited to work with Ethena and some of our other partners to continue building more and more natively cross-chain applications and ultimately see what you guys can build this week and over the next couple weeks on how to extend cross-chain protocols and make them more UX friendly for the average user and ultimately kind of, close these gaps that we see with blockchain fragmentation. A little bit more that we'll talk about later in the week for the workshop. We'll be going through a little bit deeper and understanding some of the pitfalls with the classic approaches to cross-chain interoperability, and ultimately understanding a bit more of LayerZero's value proposition. Over the last year, LayerZero has done over 135 million messages cross-chain. We've supported 94 different blockchain networks, deployed over 55,000 omni-chain application contracts, and today LayerZero accounts for roughly 70% of all value transferred cross-chain. So there's been a ton of innovation that we've seen over the last few years of just learning how the protocol works, how app developers can take advantage of it, and really, really excited to see what you guys can take advantage of in this hackathon. So thanks so much, Rebecca.
So just to very quickly explain your bounty, are you able to say a few words?
Sure. For this bounty, we're looking for the best use of LayerZero's OAP, Omni-Chain Application Standard. The best cross-chain application leveraging LayerZero and the Ethena tokens will win. Some of the areas I'd like to point you all in is looking at our composability logic. So LayerZero offers a native way for developers to basically, whenever they send a cross-chain transfer on our omni-chain fungible token, the OFT, you can define composing logic that will automatically get executed on the user's behalf after the token transfer is completed. And so this unlocks a lot of really, really cool primitives that you guys can build with, utilizing the Ethena USDe or sUSDe tokens. You can trigger things such as cross-chain transfer and swap, cross-chain transfer and stake, or really any kind of composing action that you would want to have with a adjacent DeFi application using these token standards. So very, very excited to kind of see what gets built over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. And as Matt says, there is a LayerZero workshop later this week, so you'll learn everything that you need to know there in more detail.
Good luck, guys.
And now we're going to invite Andrew Gelman to the stage, who is the Customer Success Manager at Goldsky.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. Do you want to introduce Goldsky and tell us a bit about the bounty?
Yeah, I would love to. Super excited to be here. This is very cool stuff. I always love hackathons because we get to see a lot of just amazing people put together really cool things. And so here at Goldsky, essentially, we're just trying to make it really easy to understand what's happening on chain. So we provide services to do, index on chain data. And typically it's a type of infrastructure that can be really costly to maintain. And it's just very difficult. And there's a lot of complexities to it. So essentially what we do is we try and make it so that that can be abstracted away so that all the different projects and teams building can essentially focus on, what is the experience for developers, for end users, what is the product that you want to make? And we just want to take away all the complexities of having to maintain this on-chain analytics. So it's really cool. I'm the CSM, so I get to work with all the different chains, a ton of L1s, L2s, dApps, protocols. And yeah, just really get to meet a lot of cool teams and understand, what are the problems they're trying to solve? What are some of the use cases they want to create? And it's just really cool seeing what's happening because we haven't even really seen all the use cases that are possible yet. So we're kind of learning with everyone along the way, and it's just a fun journey.
And can you explain a bit about the Goldsky bounty?
Yeah, so essentially Goldsky offers two main services and they kind of have different types of use cases, right? So subgraphs, you can kind of think of that as pulling data and querying on-chain activity. So a really cool use case of that could be something along the lines of an analytics dashboard. If you want to get insights to network activity or wallet balances, or you want to make some kind of leaderboard point system, subgraphs allow you to query on-chain data, and it's more of like a pool system. Whereas with mirror pipelines, they're very unique in the sense that you can do the same thing, but you're pushing this directly into a database. So whether it's a database you guys have like Postgres or ClickHouse, where you currently store your infrastructure for analyzing any kind of off-chain data, you can combine off-chain with on-chain with mirror pipelines. And it unlocks a lot of really cool use cases because you can make apps that, are basically powered by on-chain events. So, that can affect the front end of your app, the back end. It's a lot of really cool ways you can get creative. So we left this essentially a little bit open-ended because we're really curious to see, what people come up with and how they can take this, because there's really an infinite amount of ways that you can play around with this. So very excited to see what you guys build out and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Now we're going to very quickly talk a bit about what you should do if you need help, talk a bit about the hackathon structure, and then we're going to move on to our introduction to Ethena workshop. So first of all, if you need support during the hackathon, there's a few places you can get it. For technical support, we have a dedicated Discord channel for the Ethena Hackathon in the Encode Club Discord. So please post your questions in the technical questions channel and tag the relevant teams. They all have representatives in the Discord who can come and support you with your questions. You can also use the Ethena Hackathon Discord to find teammates and to discuss your ideas and generally just to get updates about the hackathon and find out what's going on. I'll post about all of the hackathon workshops in the Discord so you won't miss them. That being said, we have loads of hackathon workshops this week. You should make the most of the opportunity to learn about the technology and to ask questions to the people who know the technology best. So do come along to those workshops. I'll explain in the next slide what's happening and when. But for anything else, any other support that you need, I'm going to be in contact with you all the time. So I'm always here to have a chat if there's anything I can do for you. But also check out the Hacker Pack, which you've all been sent, which has loads of resources. It's got information about the bounties, the workshops, and it has loads of frequently asked questions and answers. So you should be able to find anything you need there as well. But always, please keep in touch with me and I'm able to support you. So now I'll tell you a bit more about the workshops this week and what's happening in the rest of the hackathon. We have a very packed schedule because all of our workshops are taking place before DevCon and there is lots and lots to learn. So we have a lot going on this week. Today, we're going to start our Introduction to Ethena workshop run by the Ethena team. Tomorrow, we have a USDe technical deep dive run by the Ethena team as well, and also a workshop run by Conduit on verifiable random function oracles. So that's tomorrow from 4 o'clock GMT, but you'll receive calendar invites for all of them, so you'll know when they are. On Thursday, we have another 2 workshops. We have a workshop on building on LayerZero, where you'll learn how to build your own omni-chain fungible tokens, and also a workshop on account abstraction run by the ZeroDev team. And then finally, on Friday, we have our last 2 workshops, which are on leveraging the Ethena network run by Ethena, and also indexing with Goldsky. So there's lots going on this week. All these workshops are recorded and the recordings will be posted and shared with you, but we heavily suggest that you attend them live because that is the time that you have to ask the experts your questions and engage in the content. Then over the next 3 weeks after our week of workshops, we have hacking, of course. The Ethena team is running office hours and they want to hear all about what you're building. So we'll be sharing the link for how to book that as well. And also for those of you who are attending DevCon, Encode will be there and we have a co-working space, which is open for you to use with Wi-Fi and of course snacks. So come down and hack in person if you are attending DevCon in Bangkok. We'd love to meet you. And then finally, of course, the most important point is the submission deadline, which is on Sunday, the 1st of December. It's at 1 minute to midnight in your own time zone.